This is the second half of Lone Peak against SLA, the Frosh 1 team for SLA. SLA is in white. Lone Peak, the host, is in black. SLA with the ball on the left-hand side. 10 is able to dislodge it. Lone Peak now. Ooh, a nice tackle there by number 7. And number 11 is there hustling to get the ball.
Good job.
And it looks like Lone Peak resets back to their center back. They clear it up high. Brought down by SLA. Lone Peak brings it over to the left-hand side. Now in the attacking third, cleared out by the defensive line, who SLA is called offsides. The sun a factor for everyone, including the players. Lone Peak, ball cleared out at the last second. Lone Peak is going to be able to recover that ball. SLA gets the ball over to the left-hand side and again is called offsides. That's the second offsides this half, the third overall in the game, but the second within about 60 seconds of each other. Lone Peak boots the ball up high to the left-hand side, brought down by SLA. Lone Peak lobs it over to the left by the 18-yard line. Ball dispossessed, cleared out by SLA. Lone Peak is going to recover. Lone Peak again working the left-hand side, about 17, 18 yards out. Ball cut in and a foul against SLA. It's going to be a free kick about 15 yards out on the left-hand side of the pitch. The angle may not be good, but it is an opportunity nonetheless. Lone Peak, unfortunately, having to kick directly into the sun. You can see the players bunched up on the 5-yard line on the far side of the post. A 2-man wall for SLA. Ref gives his whistle, run up to the ball, right-footed kick over the far right-hand side, and it just goes wide on the top left corner of the post. It'll be goal kick for SLA. That was definitely a hard one, kicking directly into the sun. A new keeper for SLA this half, as the other one got injured in the midair collision late in the first half. So that ball is knocked out. Lone Peak is going to get the ball on the right-hand side. A sliding tackle from behind, no call. Inside the box, looking to cross it over, cuts back on the inside. No, shoots behind the goal. SLA's defense needs to be a little bit more on the up and up. Ball booted up, brought down at midfield on the right-hand side. Lone Peak gets there first. 22 tackled away. Lone Peak lays it off on the left, plays it back instead. 22 is going to recover that, bringing it into the center up to their striker, number 7. 7 tackled away, and a foul called directly, almost directly in front of the goal at the top of the D. And it's looking like it is going to be number 10 who will be taking the kick. An opportunity within the first 5 minutes of SLA to put an extra point on the board with a free kick about 25 to 27 yards out. Lone Peak with a 3-man wall. Ref giving some instructions to the wall, moving them back a yard or two.
Hold it down, Dax.
Ref gives his whistle, wind up, left-footed kick over to the right-hand side, and a nice diving save by the Lone Peak keeper. Diving over to his left-hand side, ball drop kicked over onto the right, cleared out over to the left-hand side, brought down by Lone Peak, and challenged there by number 7, and a foul awarded to Lone Peak. Lone Peak gives the signal, run up to the ball, right-footed up into the middle, cleared out by SLA. Lone Peak is Number 11 gets there first, forcing Lone Peak to reset to their keeper. They chip it up over the right-hand side, and that ball is kept in bounds and kicked out of bounds by 22 for SLA. It'll be Lone Peak throw in at the top of their defensive third. Ball thrown down the line over the heads of some defenders. Kicked back in bounds, recovered by Lone Peak at midfield. They put a through ball over on the right-hand side, just on the right side corner, trying to cross it over and picked up by SLA's keeper.
Good ball, Gabe.
Drop kick, not as high as they would have liked. Feigned kick. Lone Peak is going to recover it on the far right-hand side. That ball rolls out of bounds. No, kept in bounds. SLA emerges with the ball. And a foul called. So the ball is on the left-hand side of midfield. SLA gives the signal, runs up, right-footed kick, switching the field over in the middle, headed away by Lone Peak. Lone Peak now on the counter-attack. High kick, it's going to go up, brought down. Nolan is able to get that ball and clear it, trying to get it up into the attacking third. Lone Peak heads that ball down, though. Lone Peak with possession on the midfield on the left-hand side, dispossessed by number 19. Now number 10 plays it over on the right-hand side, and he's called offsides yet again. SLA has been able to make some tactical changes and is putting more pressure on Lone Peak this half. Lone Peak surely will be adjusting as well. That ball goes just out of bounds on the left-hand side. It'll be SLA throw in deeper in their own defensive third. Ball thrown down the line to 22. 22 somehow gets the ball out. Cleared out by SLA. Ball bouncing in, and another kick up. That's going to land right in front of the SLA at the top of the box on the left-hand side, looking to turn the corner. Ball dispossessed by Lone Peak and kicked out of bounds. It'll be SLA throw-in at the top of their attacking third. Ball thrown in over to Nolan, a little bit of a 1-2, kept in bounds by SLA, but it's looking like Lone Peak is going to get there first. Lone Peak on the left-hand side, working the angles. Ball dispossessed, recovered in midfield on the right-hand side. Keeping going, he's going on the right. Ball dispossessed. Lone Peak now with the ball at the top of their defensive third. And that ball is out of bounds. It'll be SLA throwing it about 20 yards out. $16 for SLA, looking for options, throws it short, turns the corner on the outside of the box, now inside the box. 19 lays it on the ground, and a diving save by the Lone Peak keeper, who rolls it out over to the right-hand side, just at the top of the box. Number 7 dislodges the ball, fighting for it. 7 emerges with it. 7 right-footed cross over to the other side. Oh, try to hit 22. That ball is going to roll out of bounds. It'll be black throw-in, 5 yards from the baseline. And it looks like Lone Peak is going to make a couple of subs. A pause in the action here for a moment while those players get on and off the pitch. Lone Peak throws the ball down the line. 16 gets to the ball first. Try to get it to 22. A heavy of a touch there. It'll be another Lone Peak throw-in.
Jordan, that's on you. Evan, step up a little bit.
Good job, Lone Peak, let's go.
Lone Peak throws the ball into the center, headed away. Lone Peak is able to get that ball out and cleared out by SLA. It's going to bounce right in front of number 8 or 10, I believe. Lone Peak bouncing that ball back and forth. Ball reset back to the keeper, having to come up and... Players wanted that to be a handball. SLA drop kicks it over to the far left-hand side, headed away by Lone Peak.
Come on, Gabe.
And SLA cleared that ball, headed in by Lone Peak. Ball crossed over into the center. Dangerously there. 11 cleared out by Lone Peak, and it's in the box. Lone Peak plays it out on the left-hand side, bringing it out about 18, 20 some odd yards, bringing it continually coming. Ball challenged. 10 wins the ball, lays it off over to 19. 19 has some space, looking for different options. Dispossessed. Lone Peak now on the prowl, on the attack on the right-hand side. They've got a runner, chested down. No, cleared out by SLA.
Tired, boys, let's go!
Nolan on defense, a jumping kick in there. Sliding over on the right-hand side, shot blocked. And cleared out by Nolan on the left-hand side. Lone Peak is going to get there first. Lone Peak brings the ball over in the center. They have a runner. No, 16 gets there. Lone Peak brings that ball down. Lone Peak on the left-hand side, about 15 yards out now, looking to cross the ball in the center. They kick it back, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll be SLA throw-in. And SLA using this time to make a couple of substitutes. 10 coming on, 23 coming on, 6 coming off, Nolan coming off, 5 coming on, 7 coming off.
Then you would have gotten it. Communicate.
So it'll be number 16 for SLA throwing the ball in.
Let's go, guys. Keep it up, you got it, let's go.
Almost midway through the half, SLA down by a goal. 12 cutting the corner, gets that ball through, and a foul called against Lone Peak. It results in a free kick for SLA. Ball chipped up over to the right-hand side, trying to get it to 12. And that ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be SLA throw-in. SLA number 12 throws the ball in, chested down by 11. 11 on the outside, cutting on the end, crosses the ball over, deflected out. It'll be a corner kick for the Griffins. SLA with the corner kick, first one of the half, signal given, run up to the ball. It's going to go all the way to the far post, in the box, brought down, challenged, cleared out by Lone Peak. Number 8's going to recover on the right-hand side about 17 yards out. His kick is deflected. inside the box, tapped over to number 11. 11 on the right-hand side, dispossessed. Lone Peak trying to clear the ball out, and they do. It'll be about 20 or so yards out on the right-hand side. SLA keeping the offensive pressure on the attacking third. Ball thrown into the ground. It's lobbed up, headed out of the box. Brought down by 19. 19 bodied from behind. No foul called. 19 resets back to the defensive line to number 8. Number 8 takes a touch over to the left, plays it up in the center. One touch, that pass is not complete. And now a clear ball over to the right-hand side. Lone Peak, dangerous shot, plays it on the left, and it's shot wide left. Dangerous sequence of events there for SLA. So a goal kick for SLA. Ball up to midfield, brought down, beautiful touch. Dispossessed. 16 for SLA, kicks the ball, attempted to get it to number 12, but it rolls out of bounds. It'll be Lone Peak throw-in a few yards before midfield. Ball thrown into the center. Nice through ball. Control, shot, and it's going to go just wide left.
Nice touch, Jack.
SLA with the goal kick. Headed down by Lone Peak, 19 chasing after it. He's going to get there. Cleared out by SLA. You get the sense that SLA is just trying to survive right now. And a heavy touch there results in a Lone Peak throw-in at the top of their defensive third, nearly in the attacking third. Ball thrown down the line, well in the attacking third, and cleared out of bounds. It'll be Lone Peak thrown about 10 yards out. Lone Peak throws the ball in. Challenged, looking to cross deflected. Lone Peak is going to get there first though. Lone Peak plays it on the left-hand side, recovered by SLA, and that ball is off of the thigh of Lone Peak. Number 12 throws the ball down the line, and it's going to go kept in bounds. Number 11 with a little bit of razzle-dazzle, still with the ball, keeping the ball with them. Cuts over into the center.
Good job.
Ball played over into the center. Played over to the far left-hand side. SLA trying to keep their composure. Breaks a tackle over there, number 20. 20 looking to play it down the left-hand side of the line. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Lone Peak throw-in. 20 chests the ball. SLA with possession. And a foul called against Lone Peak in front of their own bench. This will be a free kick opportunity to launch the ball into the box and cause a little bit of confusion and pandemonium in the box. SLA hoping to convert. Signal. Run up to the ball, right-footed to the far right-hand side, headed away by Lone Peak. Lone Peak is going to get there first. Number 8. No, denied, and that ball is out of bounds. The call is Lone Peak throw-in. Lone Peak throws the ball down the right-hand side of the line. No foul called there. Or there. A sliding tackle dislodges the ball. Lone Peak regains control. And a whistle for an injured player.
Hey, Matt, you need to go off?
He's able to get up on his own accord and hobble on over. So the ref is going to give possession back over to Black, rightly so.
Let's go, guys. You got it.
Ball back in play, Lone Peak at the top of their mid-third. Ball driven up at the top of the D, chipped up over into the center, and cleared out by SLA. It's going to be a throw-in by the corner flag. You're okay. Yeah. Lone Peak with the throw-in, a few yards from the corner flag. They elect to throw it back, reset, cleared out by 16. Lone Peak is going to get there first, though. Lone Peak lobs the ball up into the box, and it's going to go well wide left. It'll be goal kick for SLA.
Let's go.
SLA somehow comes up with that ball, working the right-hand side of the line. It's towed out of bounds. Should have been called Black throw-in, but instead it was called White. White throws the ball in quickly, resets it over to the original player, nutmegs him, and kicked out of bounds by Black. It'll be White throw-in about 20 yards out. Ball thrown in quickly to number 5 over to 11. 11 cuts on the inside, dispossessed. Lone Peak now with the through ball. No. Recovered and a foul. No foul.
Down the line.
And ball being bounced around with no clear possession right now. Lone Peak emerges with the ball on the right-hand side. Kept in bounds. SLA is going to recover. And that ball is going to roll out of bounds. It'll be Black thrown in front of the Black bench. Nice touch there by Lone Peak. Lone Peak has a long through ball, and number 8 is going to let that ball roll out of bounds, and the call is White throw-in. And a couple of substitutes for SLA. 22 coming in, and number 10 coming in, 11 coming out, and 12 coming out. So the resumption of play, White throwing the ball in deep from their defensive third, and they throw the ball out of bounds. It'll be Black throw-in. This one will be dangerous. It's about 7 to 10 yards out. Kept in bounds by the corner flag. They just need to lob it up. Deflected. Recovered by Lone Peak. Inside the box, looking to recenter. Giving it up to the top by the D. Shot blocked. And Lone Peak is going to be able to recover that. And they reset back to their defensive line. Lone Peak now on the attack on the left-hand side. 18 yards out. Bringing the ball into the center, looking to wind up, turning Moore in, up to the top of the D, left-footed shot, no. And it is cleared out by SLA, and it'll be White throw-in directly next to the corner flag.
If you don't know where it's going, how does the keeper?
So number 24 for SLA will be looking to throw this one as far away as possible, headed by Lone Peak. Ball with a nutmeg there on the left-hand side, looking to cross it, chipped up. They have a runner, needs to get the ball out at the 5-yard line. They clear it to number 5. Number 5 has a couple of moments, but Lone Peak is going to emerge with the ball. They kick it up in the middle. Karate kick there by number 24. Ball headed into the box and scooped up by the keeper. Number 5 cuts on the inside, trying to beat a man, cuts to the left-hand side, still with the ball, plays it over to the far left-hand side. Player falls down, cutting back. The pass was behind him, and it is a black throw-in. Black now at the corner of the box on the right-hand side. Shot chipped up high, and it's going to go well out.
Let's go on, Pete!
Ball lobbed lightly to the right, then cleared out on the right-hand side. And that ball is going to go out of bounds. It'll be Lone Peak throw-in at the bottom of their mid-third. About just over 13 minutes left in the game. Lone Peak happy to milk every second off the clock, although I'm sure they're not thinking about that quite yet. SLA trying to build some momentum over the defensive players. SLA Luckins gets that ball out to midfield. SLA with the ball, they play it over to the right-hand side to 22. Nutmeg and cleared out by Lone Peak. Lone Peak now on the left-hand side. Lone Peak putting it in the middle. That pass is intercepted and no foul called. Lone Peak building up from the back, playing it over to the left. And a foul called against SLA right there. It'll be a Lone Peak goal kick. Or sorry, Lone Peak free kick. Signal given, run up to the ball, right up the center, and it'll bounce right into the arms of the Griffin goalkeeper. Right-footed drop kick over to the left-hand side, trying to get to SLA. They are able to recover. SLA lobs it back to the left, and then they put it into the center to 19. 19 trying to build up from the back, blade up to the top. They miscommunication there, and Lone Peak's keeper, who hasn't seen the ball for a while, is able to scoop that one up. Drop kicks the ball over to the right-hand side, brought down by SLA. Lone Peak will recover the ball. Lone Peak now in the attacking third, puts the ball up into the center and cleared out. Recovered by SLA. SLA at midfield trying to put a through ball, and it's again too heavy, and the Lone Peak keeper will easily prevent that ball. And he scoops it up after drawing the striker from SLA. Drop kicked high over to the left-hand side. Brought down by SLA 16. 19 is able to get there. Lone Peak is going to recover. Sorry, that was 21. Headed up by SLA, and it'll be black throwing in front of the white bench. And that ball is still in bounds. And the throw-in will be Lone Peak thrown in front of the white bench. And it looks like a couple of more substitutes coming on for SLA. Ball thrown in to the back side, back over the original, chipped up into the center. 24 has a moment, tries to clear it out, almost brought down. Let's see, brought down by SLA. Lone Peak recovers, and a foul against SLA. Ball kicked up high to left-hand side. Oh, almost brought down, and it's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be Griffin goal kick.
Well, I mean, you just said. Come on, boys, you got it.
Ball kicked out well wide, and it's going to be Lone Peak throw-in.
Tommy, let's go. A little bit quicker. We don't want to
Boys, you got this, Diggy. Let's go, guys. Leave it all on the pitch.
Tommy, play. Let's go.
Lone Peak throwing the ball in at the top of their middle third. Throws the ball down the line, headed out of bounds. It'll be another Lone Peak throw-in at the top of their attacking third now. Ball thrown deep into the box, and it will be kicked out of bounds. It'll be a Lone Peak corner kick. Run up to the ball. It's going to reach the far post. Brought down, cleared out. No shot, but cleared by SLA at the last moment. Chested down by Lone Peak. Lone Peak brings it up to the top of the center. They swing it over the left-hand side at the top of the box. Move her over to the left-hand side. Cuts back. Losing his left. No foul called. Ball laid off on the left-hand side. Brought into the center, trying to cut it in. Laid it off again. Not offsides. Ball exactly at the baseline. The ball goes out of bounds, and the call is throw-in. Black throw-in right by the corner flag. And there was an offsides call earlier. So this is a free kick deep in their defensive territory for the Griffins. Ball right-footed kick over the defensive line, chested down or headed down. SLA fighting for the ball in the middle, and it'll be kept in bounds by Lone Peak and a stuff.
It was an accident. Jeez.
There was a substitution for Lone Peak. Now they're throwing the ball in, chested down, and it'll be SLA who gets that ball. Kicked in the middle by Lone Peak over to the far side, and it looks like Lone Peak resets back to their defensive line. They bring it up, deflected. It'll be SLA trying to get there at the 18-yard line, cuts over to the right-hand side. Lone Peak is going to control the ball by the nope, kept in bounds. 13 back, diving, and it'll be black throw-in. Ball thrown in lightly, just outside of the box, and that'll be a corner kick in favor of Lone Peak.
Run that top.
Signal, run up. This one will be a bit short, still in the box. Lone Peak gets it, resets back to the original kicker. Over the right-hand side, cuts back, lays it back off, and a shot up in the center, headed, and it'll go out of bounds. The keeper touches it, so it results in a corner kick for Lone Peak. Run up to the kick again, this one much lower. And number 7 for SLA gets it at the top left of the box and clears it out. Ball still on the ground. SLA gets it. They have a through ball. And the keeper for Lone Peak will easily snatch that one up. Ball yeeted over to the right-hand side. Lone Peak bobbles that one. It'll be SLA throw-in, giving a little bit of momentum or glimmer of hope. Reset back, given away to Lone Peak at midfield. Lone Peak now attacking from the right-hand side, trying to cross it, cuts back, gives it to the top of the box, chipped up over and jumping in for the keeper for SLA. Drop kicked high to the left-hand side. Just outside of the box, inside the box now. Shot, goal, SLA with the equalizer. That was number 11, I believe that was, with an equalizer just past 3 minutes left. So with the score equal now at 2-2, Sun directly in the camera. Lone Peak with the kickoff. Lone Peak lobs it over to the left-hand side. It's a foot race, and that ball rolls out of bounds. The call is, looks like white throw-in.
Oh my gosh.
Right-hand space, let's go. 2 minutes.
Let's go, Lone Peak.
No, don't say
No
that's
fouls
not right,
didn't
bro.
called. Let's go.
We're gonna have a real problem if you talk to her that way.
So there was a foul at the back corner. The ball lobbed up over, brought down by number 10. Another through ball. Parents wanting a handball. Ball laid off into the center, recovered by 19. Recess to 20 under pressure, and chipped up over to the right-hand side. Touched, and it is a foot race over to the right-hand side. Lone Peak. Call is Lone Peak throw in. They throw it in quickly. And that ball is kicked out of bounds. There's an injured Lone Peak player down over here by the original throw-in. So it is going to be Lone Peak ball either way. With a minute left, the score tied 2-2. Lone Peak looking to find something in this last minute. Ball kicked up high over the right-hand side. It is in the box. Cleared out by SLA. 22 is able to... No, it is out of bounds. Lone Peak throws the ball in on the left-hand side, and that ball is booted high, and it will be kept in bounds. 22 for SLA gets there first. Ball dislodged. Lone Peak on the left-hand side, and that ball is out of bounds. The call is Black throw-in. Black hustling at midfield, throws it down the far left-hand side, and that is off of... Some confusion, and that is the game. The Salt Lake Griffins tying the Lone Peak Knights. Final score 2-2.